Well, if I'm live, hello, and if I'm not, then I need to click on a few buttons. Apparently, I am. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yes, Rob, you are first. Congratulations. I've not got anything prepared on this. Hang on. We need to do this bit. Ugh. Oh, I've done it now. It's gone. Right. Now we can actually start. So, when he struggles to find his page again. How's everybody doing? Let's have a look who we've got in this totally planned and worked out live stream.
So first of all, we have Rob from Beards and Bangers.
We're gonna put Norman's jacket on, but hang on, 2 seconds. Right, I'm ready now. Here I am. In my usual, not at all weird outfit. So hang on. Here we go. Oh, my hair. Right, I'm here. Hope you can see me all right. I can't see much at all. Right, so let's have a look who we've got here. So we've got Rob from Beards and Bangers. He turns up first, and he quite rightly says that he's first. So hello, Rob. We have then Mark Bad Books, who arrived second, but doesn't choose to tell us that he arrived second. He just exclaims "evening all," and it is. You're right, it is evening. Oh. Then we have Pingu Concord. Start again. We have Pingu Concord, who triumphantly announces he was third. Well, he just says third. I assume he's on about that he was third. And then Rob says hi, Mark, and then Rob says hi, Pingu, and then Mark says hi, Rob, and then Pingu says party time up north. It is party time up north. Do we still class as north? Depends if Black Lions is watching, I suppose. And then we have Judge, who says yo. And then Mickey Jeffries has joined us. Hello. Is this the first time you've joined one of my streams, Mickey Jeffries? And how cool that you've got nearly the same surname as me. You just got an extra E. Rob says, oh my God. Where is the bad elephant? Is that what you're saying, Rob? And then Pingu Concord asks Udjudge how she's doing. And then Simone from Hooked on Classics says, I'm going to try and do that voice for you, Simone, without any practice at all. Why, hello. Was that posh enough? Or was that just weird? Hello. Is that better? Good evening. It is 8:36 on the 8th of May, 2023. And today I am reviewing an office chair. Now, as you can see, this is a very standard office chair. It must be like an L model office chair. And it is made in the finest hardware in black fabric that office world could purvey at the time. It is not, as you can tell, either a diesel, an automatic, or indeed cream leather. There you go. You even got you nearly got me falling on the floor there, but you even got a little office chair review. I'll have a look where we got up to. Everybody's saying stuff. I didn't get lost, Mark. I just went downstairs. In fact, I should have brought the bag upstairs. That'd have been sensible. Everybody's just saying stuff. And then I think Rob might have called me a terrible elephant. Oh, well, that's just rude, isn't it? Just rude. Pingu says he's not bad, just a bit old. Bucket Man. Who's Bucket Man? Sixth. What's going on? I don't understand what anybody's on about. Pingu Concord says your Norman Butler sketches are hilarious. So I'm glad you enjoyed them. I think, to be honest with you, the thing that makes them funny is Rob and his amazing impression of a 70s/80s, or maybe a bit older than that actually. An interviewer with a cool accent, and yeah, even his get up, even his costume and stuff's really good. Like the raincoat and the glasses and stuff, and the yellow teeth. It's all good stuff. Rob, I have to say this Rob is really, really good at stuff like that, and it kind of feels like he's on the same wavelength as me with stuff, but he's a bit more confident with stuff. Like I wish I'd sort of thought of more stuff to say, and I also wish I hadn't burst out laughing halfway through some sketches as well. But he's really interesting and fun, and no doubt there will be many more absolutely bonkers stuff like that. I think the one that comes out tomorrow is the best one of the bunch on there. I thought that was the last one we did, and I kind of felt like I'd got into my rhythm a bit more. Rob says yes, but Norman is very hard to work with. Norman is very, very argumentative. No matter what you're suggesting, he just goes off on a tangent. And Pingu congratulates Rob on his excellent interview technique. Simone asks a very valid question: if this chair is poverty spec. Well, it does this. So is that poverty spec, or is that like a non-standard thing? Hello, yellow light. You're very bright. Skit says he likes the wardrobe. You mean this wardrobe, I assume, not my clothes wardrobe. It's a really old wardrobe, and Julie wishes we'd bin it, but I kind of like it. It's like really old-fashioned. It's not very stable. It's a bit. What's that word? When it's like a square or a rectangle, but it's at an angle. Trapezoid. It's a bit trapezoidal, and then every so often cupboard doors just ping open like there's some sort of evil ghost inside. But there's just about 4 old guitars of mine and a giant RoboCop poster. Oh, Bids and Banger says he's never interviewed Norman. That was Old Bald Cannoli. Sorry, I always forget. I always get you two mixed up because you both arrived in the same car. It was fun making those videos, yeah, and we should definitely do more. Like next time we meet up, when hopefully I come down to yours or something, we'll have to sort of. Now that's like a tester. We'll have to put some proper ideas together, some proper sketches with different scenes and all sorts of nonsense. Yeah, I'm definitely up for that. Matt, whose superhero name is underscore, because what he does, he finds villains and he throws underscores at them like that, and then the villains get underscores all over them and they die. So it's not particularly a nice hero. He goes around killing people. But Matt, whose name's underscore, says thought I'd say hello. So hello. Well, hello, Matt. Simone confirmed. Hello. Oh, Cookie's here. All right, and bye. I stood on Cookie earlier. She's silly. I was walking into a room to put her food down, and she ran under my foot. So then I had to take her food upstairs because she was hiding in bedroom. And now she's sat in a box. So there you go. Where did we get up to? Oh, someone confirms that it's not poverty spec if it goes up and down. Right, okay. So poverty specs don't have that gas thing. Udge says, you don't even own that chair. I don't own this. What do you mean? Is this your chair, Udge? Well, you've got... Oh, there's so many chairs. It's so confusing. There's the front office. There's the work office. There's the downstairs office. What's going on? I mean, they're not all offices, obviously. This is a spare bedroom. That other bit's just the music-y spare room, and the bit downstairs is the dining room. So it's not like we've got a mansion and we've got 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms and 4 offices and a triple garage with a lift and everything. That'd be nice, though. Rover Joe's here. Greetings, Rover Joe. I'm just doing a live because, you know, that's what we do. And because it were an impromptu live, I didn't have time to get changed into my live clothes, so I'm just wearing my normal bank holiday clothes. Underscore says, font keep animals in it. It's a wardrobe. It's not meant to be a stable. Can't keep animals in it, maybe. I don't know what we're talking about there, Matt. It was too long ago for my brain to remember. Bad Book says, has the wardrobe got a lion and a witch in it? No, not the last time I checked. Maybe that's what keeps opening the door. If it's a sexy witch, that's alright. I don't want a lion, though. Underscore confirms that small keyboards are not for big people. Okay. Udge says it's a nice wardrobe, but it's very big. But it's in your room. You can put all the wardrobes you want. This is my room. Well, there's already those wardrobes over there. To be honest, I need to move this desk because anytime I'm editing videos, it's pretty much like literally in front of me is the window, and it's a big window. So anytime I'm editing videos in the day, I have to have curtains closed, otherwise it's just blinding and I get a headache. So ideally this desk could do with being over there. But then that means that wardrobe's got to go somewhere and it's a pain. There's not really anywhere for it to go. Anyway, you don't want to know about my jigsaw room problems. This isn't a stream to discuss my house's layout. This mask is very uncomfortable. I don't know who it's designed for. Obviously not me. Yeah, shut up, Simon, talking about your living arrangements. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Where did we get up to? Underscore says hello to Rob and asks him how he is. And Rob says he's fine and dandy, thanks. And then Matt says, not a nice hero, but the hero you need. Exactly. It's not the hero. When Matt and in his underscore alter ego is not the hero we want, but the hero we need right now. Throwing his grammatic symbols around like some sort of mad idiot. While we're talking about throwing things around, has anybody seen the film Mystery Men? And if not, I want to know why not. And if you have, I want you to tell me who your favourite character is or your favourite part in the film. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Pingu Concord says, does underscore have the same weapon as the underscore thing that fires in the original Space Invaders game? Yes, that could be it. Maybe that's like a prequel to how Matt landed on Earth. He was the spaceship captain person that was firing at the people. Not all heroes wear capes, but they all wear ladies' lace knickers. Well, I've got a cape on. I've not got ladies' lace knickers on. They're my lace knickers, not a lady's. Yes, you're right. You're right, Simone. We do have a porcelain chair in one of the offices. It's the smallest office. And then everybody's saying hello. Oh, Pengu Concord. Pingu Concord says stressy but interesting. So let's share your stressy but interesting times with us, Pingu, because we're always here to listen and poke fun and offer sympathy and poke fun some more. Judge is bringing the conversation right back to focus on the stream, not saying hello to each other. I agree about where you think your desk should go, which is exactly why I wanted to get rid of... Oh, Juju, you leave my wardrobe alone. It is lovely. Honestly. I might put the desk in front of the chimney bit, and then I can put this sofa thing in front of the window. That might be a better way of doing it. Yeah, what do you think about that? Moving your sofa thingy. Don't forget to click like and subscribe for all your furniture moving conversation needs. This mask is not designed for people with big conks. And that was conks with an N, not conks with a C. Matt says he thinks he's seen it, a terrible memory. And Simone says, Mystery Men, never heard of it. So Simone, do you like superhero stuff and comedy? And do you like Eddie Izzard? And, oh my God, what's his name? Ben Stiller. Matt confirms he's definitely an alien. Definitely. Then he goes on to say, underscore the Space Invader. Hello, ladies. Nonks. No. Conks, as in noses. C-O-N-K-S. Bingo Conco says, you should... Oh, is it your birthday today? Well, in that case... Happy birthday to you, Pingo Concord. Happy birthday to you, Pingo Concord. Happy birthday, dear Pingo Concord. Happy birthday to you. There you go, that's happy birthday. Without Rob singing, unless Rob was joining in at home. We should do that, Rob. We should find out everybody's birthdays and make sure that we record a joint video for each one singing happy birthday. And it's possible because we can do it on Zoom or Teams or in fact we need to try out that YouTube joining with a person going live thingy.
I can't bloody see what I'm doing.
Where did we get up to? Which says, hello to everyone who just arrived. Sorry, I'm very bad at keeping up. She is. I know you said conks, but with an extra N. Oh, Matt, thank you. And yeah, I did need that explaining on there. Very quick. Simone confirms. Start again, Simon. Last superhero movie I watched was the Ryan Reynolds one. Black and red character. Forget the name. Deadpool. It's an amazing film, that. Deadpool 2's alright, but Deadpool 1 was definitely a groundbreaker. Yeah. Even some funny bits after the credits and stuff. Juju already knew of Pingu's birthday, so there you go. And Rob confirms he was joining in with a happy birthday chorus at home. Matt says, I think we can get arrested if we make joint videos. We can, well, at least it's worth giving it a go, isn't it, Matt? Carl Davis is in the house. He says, hey up, Mr. Simon. Well, hello, Carl Davis, and I hope you've had a lovely bank holiday weekend. Have you been up to anything? You've been to any shows? Done anything cool? And we still need to arrange. Now I've had my bit of practice doing car reviews. I wonder if that'll work better. We need to do arrange a date to come and review your start again. Your ZS, and anything else you want me to review. Yeah, so we'll try and arrange that. I'm trying to think when I'm free now. We'll arrange a weekend and we'll bomb over. We'll sort some shit out. Pingu Con says the babe on the motorbike I requested has not arrived. Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah, same to be honest. Yeah, don't know what to say. I think don't matter how many times you request them, you've got to go out and I think you've got to go out and find them. I think that's the problem. And the ones that you can find, I think it seems to be the problem with females on motorbikes is when they're on a motorbike, they're pretty much covered up. So you've not got any way of seeing if there's an attraction or not there before they take the helmet off. Bingo Conker says, thanks to all despite the singing. Well, I do try to disappoint. Simone, I went for a drive yesterday and found my engine mounts were shagged. I assume this is TC because you ordered some, aren't you now? Which is good. It's good to find stuff like that, Simone, because as you know, it's half the battle with older cars is figuring out what's wrong in the first place. So yeah, it's like going back to the MGB saga. I think we've fixed it, or my dad's fixed it because he has. I keep telling him, don't do anything to it, or if you're going to do something, tell me when you're doing it, and I'll come over with cameras and I'll record stuff. And he's done about a million different things without me being there. So we think we've fixed it now. But I'll do a video on it, and then I need to do a review video on that. Carl says no shows, a bit of tinkering. Yes, we shall arrange. Oh yeah, you had some MGF bits that you would. Oh, excuse me, MGTF bits you were doing, didn't you, Carl? The MGTFs, the people say they're like really hard to work on and stuff because engines in the middle of stuff, but there's loads of stuff you can do. It's just a pain in the arse having to take that engine cover off somewhere. Like when I did thermostat on Margaret, obviously a thermostat's underneath inlet, so I read loads of things saying, oh, you've got to take inlet manifold off, and I was like, oh, I don't really fancy doing that because apparently it's a pain in the arse to get like away from block and everything, so that'd be like 2 stressful jobs. So I just left it in place and managed to undo thermostat mostly from underneath the car with my arm up and tied it. And then yeah, and then when I was putting it back on again, I did get a bit of string around one of the pipes to kind of hold it in place-ish, so I could at least get a bolt in on it. But if you use your ingenuity, most things are possible. They're just weird ways of doing stuff. Pingu Concord backtracks because he don't want to get taken out by a hitman and says it was lovely singing. Really, it wasn't. You're right. Pingu, what is old? It can mean so many things. Well, I know you're not from England or Judge, but old just means like you've been alive for a long time or it's been around for a long time. So I suppose it's like the opposite of young. If you know what young means, then old is the opposite of that. So there you go. That's your English lesson for today. I'm gonna get so punched. She always beats me up, poor Judge. Simone apparently likes biker chicks, but Simone, you don't know what they look like until they take their helmet off. And my experience with ladies who ride bikes. Right, let me think about this before I jump straight in and put myself in a terrible situation that I can't get out of. Right, Instagram biker chicks are chicks. Most females I've seen that ride motorbikes, with a couple of exceptions, have been pretty worn in, if that makes sense. But there's been a couple. There's been a couple that were quite attractive. I don't want to get into this conversation. Well, I do, but what sort of chick, Simone? What sort of biker chick? What would you first notice about? Right, so like I'll put this out for everybody actually. And it has to be bikes. You can't really work with cars because there's a different attire involved in this. So you'll have to you people that aren't into bikes, you'll have to use your imagination to answer this one. But specifically Simone and anybody else that rides motorbikes. So what's the first thing you notice about someone when they turn up on a bike? So if you were looking to see if you were attracted to that person, what's the first thing you notice? Like, for example, like some people say the first thing that they notice about a person, like if you see someone out in a pub or in the street or in an office, whatever, is the hair or the shoes or the boobies or the butt or the smile. Yeah, right. Anybody ever notices someone's smile first? So with regards biking people, what's the first thing that you sort of look at? What's the first thing that you check off? Like literally, I mean, with me, for normal people, it's normally like, depending on the situation I see them in, it's normally shoes. Like if I see someone shoes and they're wearing ridiculous shoes and they look stupid and faffy and like not practical ish, then that's a no from me. But if someone's wearing like Converse boots, then that's already a good start. Bloody hell, almost loads on there. Oh, Judge Simon, I'm a babe. The pig in big fat version, not on a motorbike, but near it. Bless you, Judge. You're not a pig. You're not, honestly. Everybody tell her, Judge, she needs to have more self-confidence in herself, and then she'll find life so much easier. And I hope I don't make you feel like a pig. Anyway, that's not a discussion for a live stream. Let's move on. Pingu Concord says, I am now as old as Lewis Hamilton. Well, then you're younger than most of us anyway, so there you go. Carl Davis, I tried to change the O2 sense on the TF, gave up, needs to be on a big ramp or I need a bionic arm. Yeah, that seems to be a thing with cars nowadays. There's loads more stuff that you need to be on ramps to get to and stuff. Is O2 sensor one at lamp on exhaust thingies? I'm trying to think where they are. Oh, Pinku Concord doing a funny joke. Unless he didn't mean to put it in two things. He meant I am now as old as Lewis Hamilton's race number, so 44 years old. So you're still younger than most of us. Bad Books. Not been to any shows. Tried out new low rise ramps for the MX-5 and much easier to see for jacking. Sowed weed seeds in the tortoise enclosure. I assume you mean weed as in like just plants, not
Marijuana.
Pingu Concord implores us, well, you lot, to smash that lick button. Do it. Lick that smash button. Rob says, regarding biker chicks, you mean plenty of valve clearance? Possibly, but more of a vintage slant. Because I don't think it's. I think there's a gap, and I think it's. I'm not sure whether it's same with male bikers, but there seems to be a bit of a gap between like the under 30s or the over 50s. There's like a 20-year gap in age on there, and I've noticed a lot of like the younger biker people, which obviously my only real experiences was through Instagram posts and stuff, seem to be quite happy on 125s. I'm thinking, if you're riding around on 125, it's a good start, but you're not experiencing biking to its full extent. If you know, I'm not saying you need to be going around at a million mile an hour, but you need to have that responsibility and that experience as something that can at least out accelerate a Kia Pride. No, Kia Ceed. Kia Pride's going back a long way, Simon. What the hell are you on about? Norks. The chair says their beard. Is that the first thing you notice about people we were talking about generally, or bikers? Simone says the posture is different on a bike. You can tell. Well, yeah, and the hips as well, and yeah, definitely. Udridge says biker chick to me, slim, long hair with a Catwoman suit and boobs. Yeah, like oh, now then, what were her name? Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to remember her name. She did an advert for a perfume company. Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley is like the stereotypical pretty woman on a bike from that adventure. One of my music videos, I hacked up the film Girl on a Motorcycle, which is a pretty good film if you like girls and motorcycles. And then I think she's like, is it Marianne Faithfull in that? I think her character's like the idealistic girl on a motorbike, because she's obviously got her own motorbike and she wears nothing under a big leather catsuit. This eye mask's not very cooling. Or cool. Rover Joe says, for some reason I think one of my shorts has blown up all of a sudden. Well, that sounds quite painful, Rover Joe. I hope you weren't wearing them at the time. I mean, is it something that you bought recently, or is there like is it like a brand that they're recalling for some reason? Because it doesn't sound like I wouldn't want to have my shorts blow up. Simone says to Juju, I wish. She wishes that they were slim with long hair and a Catwoman suit and boobs. Or is that how you wish you looked on a bike, Simone? Tell us in the comments. Udge informs me that Cookie is trying to eat my mini cheddars. Well, Cookie can just do one because they're my mini cheddars. And they're not called cat mini cheddars, are they? No. Simone says, I know a few biker chicks who are hot, but there aren't many. Yeah, I watched some YouTube videos the other day that there were two women that were doing bikes. In fact, there's a few. There is a few. This gets me on to another point, and it's not a bad point, and I'm not criticising people, but there seems to be a few really popular YouTube channels. How do I say it? But the host of that channel is aesthetically quite pleasing, but I feel the content of the channel is somewhat lacking. So, I mean, it could just be me being super cynical, but I don't think I am. I'm trying not to be. But it just sometimes makes me wonder whether to really get on and have a successful channel, you need to be an attractive person. I mean, there's one of them that I've approached before, not in a sexy way, just asked a question, because she went from literally zero to hero in less than a year, and I was like asking her, how did you? What was it that you did, or you feel you did on your channel that sort of propelled you up to getting noticed, and then your numbers just flying up? And her answer was, I really don't know. And it's like, if you don't know, if you can't put it down to something, then there's got to be another reason, hasn't there? There's got to be another reason. Like, if you can't put it down to, like, well, my numbers started getting better when I started doing it seriously and making a plan for stuff, or when I upgraded my gear and I could do multiple camera angles, or when I did all this stuff. Yeah, and then there was another one, Rest Day Rider, and she said that her channel really took off when she went to a specific event, which kind of can make sense, because from what I've read, and this is going to go into boring YouTube talk, so if anybody wants to just zone out, feel free. But yeah, if you get one really big hit of video, that can sort of propel your numbers up. But the challenge then is to keep the views coming in. Fran Lab did a good video about that, because she's got multiple thousand viewers, but subscribers, but they don't translate into views half as much as what this, which I think something Bertie mentioned the other day. Pingu Concord says to Ujudge, you are gorgeous and very nice from what we have seen of you on Simon's video, despite the punching allegations. They're not just allegations, it's the truth. Bad Books, yeah, normal weeds. Don't want the torts to be any more chilled out. Carl Davis asks us an exciting question. He says, what red wine are you drinking? Well, let me have a look if I can make this go on to yellow. Come on, yellow. There we go. It's Yellowtail Shiraz. It's a 2022 vintage. Oh. Now I'm blind again. It's an Australian wine, obviously. Oh, I'll give it. It's an Australian wine, obviously, with the yellowtail thing on the top. Rich and smooth with juicy red berries and hints of licorice and spice. And it's quite nice. They do another one called Jammy Red Rue, and that's really nice. That's my favourite. Every time we do a shop, I get 2 bottles of that, just because I don't want to run out of it. And it is like really, really fruity. It's nice. And then there were a white wine I found as well the other day that I like. Hooked on Classic says, me included. I can't remember what it is you're referring to there. I mean, unless you're calling yourself hot there, Simone. There are a few biker chicks who are hot, but there aren't many, me included. Yeah, you go, girl. I don't know what I'm saying. Underscore Matt says, ironically, plants drive Kia seeds. That is ironic. Roger says, just bikers in my opinion, they usually have massive beards and big leather coats. See what you're doing there, Rover Joe. You're confusing bikers with Harley riders. You're more likely to find people in textile jackets that are real bikers. It's exactly the same with car stuff. It is funny, and Simone probably has found this as well. With bikers, there's different groups. There's your sort of 50 plus onwards that have got adventure bikes and use those adventure bikes with all their massive suspension, to drive down A roads every weekend to a cafe about 100 miles from their house and have like a sausage and egg butty. And then you've got the Harley riders, like the cruisers on the big V twins that live for the biking life, and every weekend they get on the bike, they start it up with its straight through exhaust pipe on it. They let everybody in the neighbourhood know that they're off out on the bike, and they fuck off down to Starbucks and have a cappuccino. And then you've got I'm just thinking, which one am I in this? And then you've got people on the 1000cc super bikes or 600cc super bikes. We'll go for sports bikes and super bikes as one category, who put on the full racing leathers, and they've got the Valentino Rossi helmet, which I definitely don't have a Valentino Rossi helmet, and all their expensive gear, and they get on their expensive bike, and they go flying off down A roads at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they go to like race meets and museums and all that sort of stuff. But they have to go everywhere at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and they've always got backache when they get there. And then you've got your sort of classic sort of vintage looking bike riders, like your naked bike riders, and they'll have they've not got time for leather and looking like a gimp. They have jeans with protection in them, and classic retro sort of bomber jackets, and sometimes not even a full face helmet, just a normal sort of bob head helmet with goggles and stuff. And they're styling it around all over the place, and they tend to go out into the country and find a nice cafe and spend some time there, that sort of thing. So you get different factions and stuff, and obviously then there's the people that bomb around on scooters that are just doing it for travel, not for pleasure. There's nothing pleasurable about a scooter. Many will disagree. Many will be wrong. Jujuj comes back into a conversation about her being super attractive and punching me. She says, Pingu, oh thank you, you're so kind. I made Simon cut some bits where it showed how ugly and fat I am for now on video. She's silly. She's silly. Simone says, I have a one-piece leather race suit. Nice. I do as well, and I'm sure it's from the 80s. It's like pretty ropey, but it works. It does its job. Rover Joe laughs his ass off. I'm surprised he's got any ass left after his shorts blew up. Ivor Howard asks me a question directly and to my face via text. Why are you going to spray the grill on the Rover? So Ivor, so the grill on Henrietta, not in the best condition, and also I'm not a big fan of that sort of, I don't even know whether it's matte finish, and like it's just grey. There's nothing interesting about it. It's just really utilitarian looking. So it's got the nice chrome bit round it, but the rest of it's just really plain. So yeah, that's why I'm attacking that and doing a bit of a mod on it. It's kind of just one of the things I do on there. And there's plenty of other grills if I ever want to change it back, and there's plenty of other Rovers that don't have them on. So yeah, let me know if what would you do, or would you not do it? What sort of car mods do you approve of or not approve of? This is all cool stuff for us to talk about. Simone says, I need to get my bike back together. And I agree with you, Simone, you do. And later on in the year, and I've said it a load of times, I'm going to plan a trip down south and I'll come and see you. And if you want, we can spend a couple of days just working on your bike. If you need my help, I'm not an expert in anything, but it's always useful to have it's always useful to have a couple of pair of hands to hold engines and stuff. And hopefully you don't drop it on yourself, because that's not good. Rob from Beards and Bangers contradicts my point and says Hubnut has got over 100,000 followers despite his appearance. Now this is true, and now this is my point. It's not all like that, but there does seem to be a certain element that even channels themselves that have presenters, yeah, that's the thing. We'll have to have this discussion more in private, Rob, 'cause I feel I might come across as being a bit of a sexist old man who's nothing but jealous of younger people's success on YouTube and thinks that they don't do anything other than go, oh, like that all day, which is not true. They obviously put the effort in, but it doesn't hurt being attractive and female in a male orientated hobby, which is just true. It's just true. You only have to look at the comments from the subscribers on some of these channels to see that it's sort of at least 90% male comments. So that's how you get your subs up. I mean, it don't work for everybody. Bingo Concord says, or to Simone, how do you rate Itchy Boots as a biker chick? I'm going to answer that anyway. I don't consider Itchy Boots as a chick. I consider her to be a biker and a biker alone. And she's good looking, but that's not what I see when I see a channel. I see someone dedicated to riding and living that life that I'm quite jealous of. Mark points out to Rob that perhaps it was Hubnut's beard that helped. That don't work out though, Mark, does it? Because my beard is obviously the best beard on the internet at the moment, and it's not getting me anywhere. Rob points out that Ujudge is lovely, and he's met her, and he's seen her rabbit. This is true, and she should keep the bedroom door shut. Rob also says to Mark, beards have no bearing on the success of a YouTube channel. This is true. And Simone clarifies what she was saying by saying, me, hot, no. Everyone's hot to someone, Simone. It's that's a life fact that you can't get away from. Everybody is attractive to somebody. There's nobody on this planet that's not attractive to someone. People might not be classically attractive, but they're going to be. What is going on with these lights? Why is one dull and the rest? There we go. Yeah, people might not be classed as classically attractive, but there is a person for everybody. At least one, preferably at the same time. Rover Joe, there's a biker cafe near me, and you always see them going up and down the road. It's quite funny, actually. Where is that, Joe? Which cafe is it? Because I kind of get with your accent. You might live near Sheffield or something, but honestly, my memory's terrible. And if somebody told me where they lived, the next day I'd not remember. Ivor quite strictly says to Simone, stop putting yourself down. You are gorgeous. Here, Ivor. Simone is a classy chick. Rob says to me, because my name's highlighted large on the screen, please sing Gay Bar song, but with the Clay Bar words. I'll do it. I might do that as a video. Yeah, I might do that as a video. I'm not doing it now on a live. I'm not mad. Only a sort of mad person would do that. Mad. Udgy says, Simone, Ivory's right. You're beautiful and you're funny and clever on top of it. Yeah, and like super warm. Like, I have never met anybody to be so warm and make me feel at ease so quickly as Simone. So thank you, Simone, again for the NEC stuff. Quite wicked. That was very loud, that clap. I apologise. Oh, Rob wants to discuss Penny Mordaunt before he goes to bed. So let's open the floor up to Penny Mordaunt talk. Is she doable or is she non-doable? I need to Google her again because I said she wasn't doable, but everybody seemed to disagree with me. So yeah, let's have a go. Penny Mordaunt, is she doable or not doable? And I'm going to have to be careful with my search history here, what I'm searching for. Penny Mordaunt, sexy. Let's see what that brings up. I honestly don't see what you're seeing in this lady. I'm confused. I'm confused to the highest. Why is there a picture of... That's not Penny Morden. No, completely don't see what you see in her. Very confused. What have we got in the comments? Rob says to Mark, "Nah, I'm going to do a collection caper and bring Penny back to my house and then inspect her for rust." Mark says the Mordant coronation job was one in the eye for Johnson and Truss. Hate to disappoint, but she does not like blokes. I don't think that's a terrible thing for me anyway. Simone agrees Penny Morden is doable. Pingu asked Rob if he's been dreaming of Penny Morgan recently. Udger says if Penny Morden is who I think she is, I find her scary. And Pingu Concord quite rightly points out you have to be careful of her huge sword. See, I don't see what you're seeing, guys. I honestly, and girls, sorry, Simone. I don't see what you're seeing. She's not. I don't. What is it? What are you seeing about her that you find attractive? I'm confused. I really don't understand. I'm trying to find pictures. Maybe a couple, but they look like quite old pictures. And didn't somebody just say that she doesn't like she doesn't like men? She's got a husband apparently. Oh, hang on, what's this? What's this all about here? Oh, that's from years ago, and that's not even her. So there you go. Yeah, let's stop searching Penny Mordaunt sexy pictures on there now. Let's go back a bit, see what we missed. Rover Joe says best ones are the fully chrome ones for the 75. Grills, we're talking about grills, right? Yeah. I've got a GTI grill on my 25 where the slats are black rather than grey. Yeah, I noticed that earlier, Rover Joe. We're watching we're watching your like channel update video, and I noticed that on there. I thought, because I did have the choice of doing my grill, gunmetal grey, black, starlight silver, orange, fluorescent green. Yeah, they're the 5 colours I've got in at the moment. But yeah, it looked kind of cool. Black. But you've got that black strip at the bottom, haven't you, on the bumper on yours, so it kind of fits into that anyway. Why is it jumped? Oh, hang on a minute. I'm not in live chat. I'm in top chat. Idiot. Simone says it's not easy to be positive about myself. I've been on my own since Valentine's Day, 2007. Valentine's Day is a horrible day for someone to be left on their own. But don't worry about it, Simone. Being in a relationship don't define you. And I know to be honest, whatever you say to people in that situation, it's you're not in that situation. Like, it's horrible being lonely. Yeah, there's advantages to being single and disadvantages, and but it's a bit from column A and a bit from column B. Do you go out and socialise and stuff, Simone? Because I've never been one for socialising. But the relationships I had, obviously, I'm in my last relationship now. My first girlfriend I met because she worked behind the bar in a pub that I used to go in. Sorry, my second girlfriend I met that. My first girlfriend I met because she went to the same college as me, and there were her and a friend that used to wear black and thick eyeliner. They were basically the only 2 goths in our college. So I used to write messages on the pavement in chalk on routes that I know you walked home to the bus stop and stuff, and then One day they were both on the same bus as me and they collared me, and I ended up going out with one of them. And I say my second girlfriend is one I met who worked in a bar that I used to go in. Who did I go out with after that? And the third person I met was somebody that I met through an online dating site. Then it was someone I worked with. Hopefully a few more that I can't think where they came from. And then Judge, who I met through a friend of a friend on an MSN chat group, if you remember them. So there you go. That was totally unnecessary information that none of you needed to know, but you have it anyway, so there you go. Simone says, who is Itchy Boots? So she's a motorcyclist lady who does, basically she just cycles across countries and all sorts and continents and stuff. And she used to put out a video a day, but I think since she's been doing this latest ones, I think she's been doing like a chunk of videos a week or something. We'll check her out on YouTube. The only problem I found with watching her stuff, or her early stuff, is that the titles are nearly as long as the episode itself, so it's kind of like a bit jarring after a while. But give her a watch. Bad Book says to Rob, modern coronation job was... Oh, yeah, I've already read that. Skick says, Simone, you should be positive. Some of the things I have seen you do on your channel are great credit to you. And I agree, Skick. Simone has got a lot going for her, and more than she appears to realise. So there you go. Udge says, "Oh, Simone, being single doesn't define you." I said that. You've just not met someone worthy of you since 2007. But it'll happen, and it probably will. It probably will. I've already read that one, Rob. You can't kidnap women. That's not how it works, apparently. Let's skip all this Penny Mordaunt stuff. Okay, Rob, I'll skip that one. Skick says you can be attracted by a person's intelligence. You can. Indeed, you can. That is true. Rachel Riley from Countdown's very attractive in intelligence, isn't she? Bad Books, maybe because she's stunning compared to Truss, quite possibly. Rob says to Mark, a kitchen tap is stunning compared to Truss. There's bound to be a joke about wetness there, but we'll not go down that route. Pingu Concord, I like the name Penny, actually. It sounds like something worth saving. Very good. We know a Penny, don't we, you're judging? She's a lovely lady. She's a lovely, lovely lady. She was in my training group when I first started at where I work now. And yeah, she's great. She made our wedding cake, and that was amazing. And she got us some cool gifts, didn't she? Like that cool little picture and stuff. Where did we get to? Ivor Howard. I've been in a sentence of marriage for 25 years. Wish I was free to do what I want any old time. What's that song? Is that a Happy Monday song, that last bit? Bingo Concord, I'm pretty sure Penny Mordaunt would be almost as expensive to run as Rob's 260. Quite possibly. But would you be able to ride it as often? Udge said it was you, Yahoo, not MSN. You have to be accurate. Sorry, Judge. It does make a massive difference. Beards and Bangers has a wink. Pingu Concord says Mustard Francis Truss. And Udge confirms that we do know a Penny, and she is absolutely awesome. And somehow I've managed to get to the end of the comments there. So you guys are gonna have to play. You're gonna have to put some more comments. That's the only way you're doing it. And while you're doing that, let's listen to this when it loads.
Mr. George, Roger Barty, Mr. George, Roger Barty is our friend. The kind of friend you see once a week in the yard. Mr. George Roger, Mr. George Roger Barty. Mr. George Roger Barty, Mr. George Roger Barty, Mr. George Roger Barty, Mr. George Roger Barty, Mr. George Roger Barty. Look at his face and remember his name. Mr. George Roger Barty, Mr. George Roger. Mr. George Roger Barty. Mr. George Roger
Goes on for a bit, this, doesn't it?
is his name.
Don't wear it out.
Mr. George Roger Barty. Mr. George Roger Barty. Mr. George Roger Barty. Oh, it's Mr. George Roger Barty. Roger Barty. Mr. George Roger Barty.
Everything Cars just joins at the best moment ever. I was just giving the chat chance to put some more comments in. But I thought I'll play the George Roger Botti song while we were waiting. Oh dear. Ivor Howard says it's the Soup Dragons, not Happy Mondays. That is true. It is the Soup Dragons, another good band. And then Rob points out, saying this is not the end of the comments, which is true because he's put a comment in there. Pingu Concord, my best present today was a penknife for opening presents, which is good. If you've still got presents to open, what do you do with it after? And why do they call them pen knives? You can't write with them unless you're writing your moniker into the body of a dead person that you've just stabbed, which nobody should be doing. Pingu says, oh, and a new broom. I'll call him Trigger. Good idea. Good idea. I don't think Ujudge will get that joke. Everything Cars. Greetings. Hello. Good evening. Hope you're well. Rob carries on the Only Fools and Houses joke by saying, I reckon he'll still have that broom in 20 years. Everything Cars wasn't expecting the George Roger Botti tribute. Well, that's good because nobody ever should expect it. If it's expected, it's dead. Pingu Concord, I doubt it. My last birthday broom only lasted 12 minutes. What were you trying to sweep that broke a broom in 12 minutes? Simone jumps in with, the last person I dated looked like Sarah Pascoe. Right, hang on, I need to Google this. You're gonna ruin my search engine. Oh, she's attractive. Very nice. So what's your type, Simone? You put your type in. Let's see if we know anybody that fits that demographic. Oh, Pingu Concord. The reason why his broom broke is because he's too rough with him. He likes a good, vigorous brooming. Get that brooming done. Vigorously. Strong. Like you're trying to wear the floor down to floorboards. Udge has now decided that she fancies Sarah Pascoe. And Simone confirms she's very fussy. Oh, no, sorry, very, very, very fussy, unfortunately, yeah, to be honest. You do right, lass. There's no point in not being fussy in this day and age. You can be unfussy when you're not bothered, but when you're bothered, you should be fussy. If that makes any sense whatsoever at all. So I've got a question for you guys. He says, trying to find his piece of paper. Honestly, I'm surprised superheroes get anything done if they're wearing these sorts of masks. What is the ideal amount of toy cars? So not including your daily, and we'll include bikes. What's the ideal amount of additional cars and bikes to have, and why? I need answers, people, because I see people that have got, for example, Boaty's got, what has he got? Boo, Sheeson, Brian Johnson, Stigbert, Wetleg. 5. He's got 5. I've got 2 additional cars, and I think that's maybe one less than what the limit would be. 3. I think 3 would be the limit for me. Because with 2, at least you've got a choice of which one you're going to use or work on. With 3, I mean, I suppose you could have 1 that's laid up as a project and 2 that are usable. So I say 3 is a maximum, and I think it's down to logistics. If you've got too many, you're having to, like Boaty does, you're having to plan which one you use to keep making sure that it's being used and it's not broken without you knowing about it. So you've got to keep them in rotation, I guess is what I'm saying. So I think 3 is the best number on there. Rob says, ooh, sorry, Pascal I like, but don't tell Penny. Yeah, I promise, Rob, nobody will tell her because nobody likes her. Pingu Concord asks a very good question. And it is, Simon, do you dress up in these costumes for a judge? And I would say, no, I do not, because she does not pay me. Judge says 0 because I'm like surf when I... Oh, you mean the ideal amount of cars? Well, you could just use mine anyway, so you're not that funny, are you? George, Roger Botti has joined us. We have just literally played your theme tune, George, and you missed it. I might play it at the end, but there you go. Good evening. Simone, oh, we're getting an answer. No body piercings. They honestly turn me completely off. No massive tattoos. Sleeves are just gross and pointless. You see, there's so many ways that me and Simone are similar. But going back. Pierced belly buttons are an amazing thing. When ladies or girls have the back end of their ears pierced, that's a cool thing as well. Nose piercings, like a stud on one side, that's cool. Lip piercings, they're quite cool. Tongue piercings are very cool. Tattoos is a good one. I'll give you that. Now, I'd say you've put no massive sleeve. So to me, if you've got a sleeve, that's a better tattoo than if you've just got like one random one here and there. There was a girl I knew that had like an ivy tattoo, and that went like over her shoulder and down her back and then down one side of her leg. That was quite cool. But I think with tattoos, there has to be a certain amount of commitment in it. It can't just be like a odd one here and there thing. There has to be like a concept and a theme. I'm very specific about stuff like that. Udrich says, Pingu, I'll keep the mystery happen. Skick, as many as you can comfortably afford without being greedy. That's a good point, Skick. Yeah, it's that the money thing is a problem. Like car insurance stuff. Multi-car insurance is an absolute pile of crap. I'm sure there must be a cheaper way of doing it, because if you're insuring 3 cars, you can't drive all 3 at the same time. If you're the only named driver on them, it just seems a right rip-off car insurance. One felt a disturbance in the force. One should sit down for a while. Udge, Simon, are you on the live chat section where you can see authorized messages? Well, I'm on live chat, but I can't see anything that says it needs authorizing. Simone says face piercings and then vomits. What is it? What is it, Simone? What is it that you don't like? Is it the thought of the piercing, or is it the look of it, or the feel of it? Like this guy that I used to work with, his girlfriend had a nose piercing and an ear piercing, and she used to wear a chain between the two. That was kind of cool, but I could see how that might be impractical. Rob says to George Roger Botte, you don't want to sell me death sticks. Well, that's good, because I'm not sure whether George Roger Botte has any death sticks to sell. Simone says, mouth is a complete no. And then she says, my first partner had her belly done and I threw up. While the piercing were going off, yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit squeamish. Simon, yes, that was bad English about the keeping the mystery thing, okay. Judge Rochibati says, hiring a hitman is cheaper than car insurance. This is true, unless it's a really cheap hitman. Yeah. Rover Joe, we've hit up on a subject here of car insurance. I should have started with this one. Car insurance is a joke. I got quoted 1,400 quid for classic car insurance on my 200, only 3,000 miles a year. Who was that with, Rover Joe? I reckon there's a 50% chance I know who that company was, but I don't want to say anything until you say anything. They're authorised, but I think maybe you don't see them. And last time you did a click. A click a tick lick use and you said okay. Yeah, I literally didn't see anything. I mean, can I own those? Yeah, I can remove you as a moderator and stuff, but I'm not that fussed. You can moderate. That's your job. Bad books. Mark comes up. Number of cars. I limit myself to 2. So that's 2 toy cars. Cars and a project to do up and then choose which 2 out of the 3 you want to keep, and that'll fund your next one. Space is my problem. I've literally got the garage, and then in front of the garage is like half a car's length of driveway before there's the gate to the pavement, and then at the side we've got like a tiny garden, but we've got a tiny little hard standing that I can kind of just about fit Henny on. Like her back end's over at garden, but just about fits on. And then it's at such an angle that I can't put Margaret on it because front end scrapes on top bit. Oh, it's a right Tetris affair every time I want to get one of the cars out. And then Civic's parked on road outside garage, outside driveway gate, so I have to move Civic out of the way and then get Margaret out and do whatever. Yeah, it's a faff. It's a bloody faff. It's Rocky Robin on the live stream. Someone says, if I want to play with metal, I will go to my shed. Why would I want to kiss metal in flesh? It's vile. Yes, but people have different. I've never really thought about it any other way. It's just, I don't know, I find it interesting. Yeah, I used to have a nose ring myself. Don't know what that's got to do anything. Lancaster, yeah, see, it were either between 2, Rover J. It were either Lancaster or Aviva, and I don't think Aviva do classic insurance. Rover Rob. Rob says, Lancaster will give you a 3,000 agreed value on a Rover 75. Well, Mark says, I've earned one 30 years and the other 9 years, so happy with my lot. That's a good way of doing it. That's a good way of doing it on there. Bingo Kong says, more than 8 is a headache unless you're constantly selling breaking them. I honestly wish I had the room to buy cars and break them, or buy cars and do them up. I struggle with, like, I went out to do some painting on Henny's bumper and wheel arch today. So it'd been raining all day, and I'd looked on the weather and it said from like 3 onwards it were going to be like dry. There were like a 10% chance of rain or something. So I looked outside it, and not been raining for a bit, and the floor was pretty dry. I thought, right, I'll go out and I'll put a coat of paint on because it was just on primer at the moment. And literally, I'd sprayed front bumper again. I thought, I'm happy with that. That's coming on all right. I did wheel arch, and literally, as I put the last coat of paint, like spray, the last pass on the wheel arch, it started spitting, and it was like, oh my god! So like now, all the wet paint that I'd put on has got rain on it. I'm gonna have to flatten that back and start again, but it's just so annoying. But no, my point is, I wish I had somewhere I could put the car in and do that sort of stuff. I can't really fit her in garage, unfortunately. So it's a bit of a pain. Rob said, I nearly bought a 6th car today, a Ford anal probe. Did you see that one, for example? I did not, or judge. No, I didn't. Matt. Oh, Matt. Lancaster Insurance costs a bomb. Bingo Concord says, 15 has been PIA this last winter, so cutting back now. Pain in the ass. 15's enough. Hey, Jack. I'm going to say hello. Where are you going? Jack. He's confused by the cape. Jack. Come here. Come here. No, I'm not interested. He really freaked out earlier because we had the gas people over to service the boiler today, and he freaked out, and he had to hide behind the spare sofa bed thing for an hour or two. Well, he chilled, didn't you? He's not sure about the cape at all. Mark says, I've always got on well with RH Classic Insurance. Don't know which that one is. Matt said, well, I've sat watching your stream instead of cracking on with a few little jobs, which means I'll definitely be late for Boaty's stream. Oops. Oh yeah, Boaty's streaming at 10 into, so we need to make sure we've all logged off and we're ready to log on his in a bit. Rover Joe, I don't know who to go to be honest. Yeah, honestly, Rover Joe, like, insurance to me, where's he gone now? Insurance to me is a minefield. I need a broker. Maybe that's the thing. Get an insurance broker, even though you're paying them a slight premium. They might be able to find you like some pretty cool stuff. Footman and James is good, or Foreman and James as Rob put it. Direct line can be surprisingly reasonable, according to Pingu. Roger Botte, we had the gas man in to service the boiler today. Usually Jeeves podges her, but he's on holiday this week. Rob says, did my TF for 140, but I'm ancient compared to. The thing I found shit with insurance is that you can't spread your no claims bonus. I've got loads of no claims bonus, but you can only use it on one car at a time. What's that all about? Are you insuring the driver or the car? Because if you're insuring the car, then it doesn't matter what no claims bonus the driver's got. But if you're insuring the driver, surely it counts on everything exactly the same. But when I called, I can't even remember who I'm with now. Is it Hastings I might be with? When I called them, you have to split it between your cars. So seriously, next time it comes around, I swear I'm paying too much. The next time it comes around, I'll do it better. Rob says one shouldn't try to spread anything. It's a filthy habit. Yeah, but it's so much fun. You know that, Rob. Right, it's 10 to 10, which is cowboy time. So let's call it quits for tonight. Give everybody a chance to go and get a cup of tea, finish the wine, and log in for Boaty's stream, where there will be a quite interesting topic I am informed of tonight. And also, is it tonight where he announces the winner of the Bangers and Mash thing, which obviously I'm going to win because none of you guys bothered to put a cock and balls on your dinner. What are you thinking? Who eats Bangers and Mash without having a cock and balls on there, honestly? Mark says, RH Classic Insurance to do my MX-5 and Polo Bread van for 275. That's pretty cool. And with Euro breakdown as well, that's good. Bingo Concord, I found it cheaper to have one policy for your daily and then add a temporary fund card for a month at a time. Okay. There's got to be better ways of doing it. We're getting to be such a nation now where we can afford multiple cars, so there's got to be ways of doing it. But anyway, let's stop all that now. So everybody started saying bon voyage to everyone else, and we'll crack on and have a good old boaty stream. So, and as Uju says, happy birthday again, Pingu. Hope you had a cool one and you don't wreck your broom by vigorously brooming yourself into a frenzy. So, ta-ta for now, Simone. Hope you have a good evening. Good night, Rob, you nugget. Mark, good night. Pingu Concord says, thanks, lovely, beautiful Udjudge, good night. Different Udjudge then. Matt says, it'll be a bit late for Boaty's good night. Oh, it's alright, I'll let him know, Matt. I'll say that you couldn't be arsed. George Roger Botty, good night from Roger Bottingham Manor, and see you in Boaty's chat in a second. Rover Joe, wait, traitors. Honesty is important, you're right, Matt. That's why nobody should ever lie to anybody ever. Unless it benefits yourself. So yeah, have a good night, everybody, and yeah, it'll be penny crayon knowing your luck, Rob. Good. I'm glad, Pingu. It's good to be cheered up, even if it's by some 47-year-old nut job that's sat there in a cape and a mask. Right. Have a good night, everybody. Take care, and don't do anything I wouldn't do. Specifically, if I wouldn't do it. Have a good day. Bye bye.